Welcome back to Le Mans here in France for the second of our four finals this afternoon. This is KZ2, the second round of the European Championship for them. And it's been, well, an interesting weekend to say the least so far after Mathieu Vigano, the factory Tony Kart driver, won the first round of the series at Genk in Belgium, an event that was dominated by the factory teams. It's been the fight of the underdog here at Le Mans this weekend. Alessandro Pellizzari taking pole position in qualifying on Friday evening. He starts to the left of your screen on the outside of the front row, and Paolo Ippolito in the LKE-powered Lenzo kart starts this one on pole position. We may cast our minds back 2015 when we had the KZ World Championships here at this circuit. We also had the KZ2 International Super Cup. You may remember that the driver who won that day driving a Tony Kart from France was Thomas Laurent. Just 2 weeks ago to the day, he finished second in the Le Mans 24-hour race and actually led the race itself driving an LMP2 car. I guess an analogy is that's like a second division football team almost winning a cup final. It was an absolutely sensational event. He did the world of karting proud. Of course, he won the KZ2 International Super Cup here 2 years ago, and 2 weeks ago was on the podium. He did finish second outright for the Jackie Chan racing team. So let's have a look back, the highlights of his race here 2 weeks ago, and also on the podium here at the Le Mans 24-hour race 14 days back. In 2015, Le Mans hosted the KZ World Championships and the KZ2 International Super Cup. The winner on that day was the French driver Thomas Laurent, and just 2 weeks ago he claimed a sensational second place in the legendary 24-hour race, even leading the final stages in an LMP2 car. Twice on the podium in 2 years in 2 different events, Laurent is on his way to becoming a Le Mans legend, a result of which much of the credit can be given to his outstanding career in CIK International Karting. Congratulations, Thomas. Certainly Thomas Laurent picking up a lot of fans a few weeks ago. Many of his fans, they were already following him because he saw his performance on this very circuit 2 years ago, winning the KZ2 International Super Cup. You just saw some highlights of that magic day a few moments ago. The magic is set to continue here at Le Mans. Second round of the Euro Champs for the KZ2 category. As we mentioned, Paolo Ippolito from Tuscany in Italy. Powered by an LKE engine, driving the Lenzo kart. That's him on the right of your screen to start this one on pole position. Of course, Lenzo kart having won the 2011 World Cup with Joey Hansen some 6 years ago now. Joey can't quite believe it himself. He's actually working as a mechanic here for K Van Berlo, racing in the KZ2 category. His countryman. Vigano, who won the first round of the series, he starts this one out of grid number 4, the second row of the grid. And leads the championship coming into this Le Mans, the second round of the KZ2 series. Just a few moments away from the start. Another driver to look out for is Alex Irlando, starting on the 6th row of the grid. He's been super aggressive this weekend. Super quick. Could well take the win even from that far back on the grid. 7th row of the grid's also pretty impressive. Tom Louet in the 306 Sodi kart and Martijn van Leeuwen, the Dutchman, in the 327 Energy kart. Front row of the grid, Lenzo Kart and CKR, the team run by Carlo De Bay. Pole position on Friday evening. The track is dry. The rain has passed, but it's certainly still quite cool here in Le Mans. The green flag flies and we push these karts into life. We're ready for a 22-lap, 30-kilometre final here this afternoon. So Ippolito from Tuscany in central Italy for the team run by Michele Lenzo, the Sicilian team in fact. Their boy starts this one on pole. Pellizzari right behind him, the fastest qualifier. Pellizzari through the heats was quick but did not get off the line well. He needs to improve that off the start this time if he is to have any chance here this afternoon. Second row of the grid, Matteo Vigano and Paul Fontaine. And the first of the dynamic Dutchman, Max Tuben. There he is on the third row of the grid alongside Rokas Bachuska. The Lithuanian actually took a heat win in the CPB Sports Audi Kart. Fourth row of the grid, Leon Kohler, who dominated all but the final in Genk. Adrien Renaudin, Francesco Cialenta, and the driver from the eternal city of Rome, Francesco Iacovacci. Gonzalez, Irlando, Louis van Leven, Alessio Piccini, Max Paul from Dresden in Germany, Lorenzo Giannoni in another of the CKR karts, starts out at 17. Look out for the Swedes. There's Dahlberg, Tornquist, also Axel Bankston coming from grid 28. Petra Patacek scrapes through into the final in the Formula K kart, as does the Greek driver Fotis Sotiropoulos in the 396 Evo kart on the final spot of the grid. Greece, which in recent years has become quite famous for the Patras street race. Fotis from the north of Greece scrapes into the final by a single point, lines up on grid 34 alongside Hubert Petit, the French driver in the 329 Saudi Cup. They work the Bridgestone tyres on the back straight. Formation lap here at Le Mans. This should be an absolutely cracking final. The last time we had an international race here at Le Mans for KZ2 was the International Super Cup with Thomas Laurent. Who will take the checkered flag in 22 laps time? We are about to find out. Ippolito to the right of your screen on pole position. Pellizzari to the left of your screen needs to get off the line. Right behind him, the championship leader, Matteo Vigano. The field falls into position. There's Petra Patacek in the bottle green Formula K machine. Sotiropoulos pulls into position in kart number 396, grid number 34. We're ready for a start. Green flag flies from the back of the grid. A brilliant start off the line by Paul Fontaine, but he's got nowhere to go. Indeed, this time, Pellizzari does get the launch right and leads down into turn number one. Adrien Renaudin is pushed very, very wide. Matteo Vigano up into second place. Paul Fontaine rocketed off the line, but he was boxed in, perhaps expecting Pellizzari to show true to form colours. This time, no. Pellizzari launched it off the line. They've been watching him all weekend. He outfoxed him himself this time. The Italians run 1 and 2. Vigano in second spot. Up the back straight they go for the first of 22 times. Ippolito in P3, so the Italians running 1, 2 and 3 in fact. Vigano in the factory Tony kart In the slipstream now, the CKR machine. They've already completed their first lap. Vigano in the slipstream of Pellizzari. Can he take the biggest win of his career here this afternoon? It's a long way to the checkered flag, but he's currently doing everything right. Vigano, though, he looks menacing. They go through the triple right-hander. Still not maximum temperature in those Bridgestone tyres. You can see how nervously Pellizzari is treading through the corners, over the ripple strip, through the chicane. Vigano under pressure from Ippolito. Max Tuban, the Dutchman, that's him in the CRG running in P4, closing in on the back of the three Italians in front of him. We've got 5 different manufacturers in the top 5. They all go defensive. The CKR leads the Tony kart, leads the Lenzo kart, the CRG, then the Sodi kart of Rokas Bachuska. The second Tony kart of Leon Kohler, the German, as Vigano goes down the inside, the Italians trade places. Pellizzari almost was expecting that, you could sense, because as soon as Vigano got past him, he ducked back on the inside to close the door to Ippolito. Tuban has a look at the back of the Lenzo kart, Bachuska up the inside of the CRG. Can't make the move though, and he's actually lost 1-2 spots to Fontaine and also to Leon Kohler. The German, don't discount him, coming from a long way back and taking the lead. He's already up to position number 6. He qualified on pole in Genk, took 3 heat wins, finished 4th in the final. Ippolito goes defensive, he has to, because Bachuska is all over the back of him. The Sodi karts go side by side. Oh, they gave each other room. There had it been another driver, the result might have been quite different. Vigano, look at the driver from Milan in Italy. He's already put 0.7 of a second over the rest of the field. The CKR kart of Pellizzari runs in P2, then the Lenzo kart, the team from Sicily in southern Italy, they're running 3rd. Bachuska, the Lithuanian, the first of the Sodi karts, they're running 4 and 5. Tuban's back in 6th spot. Head of Kohler, Iacovacci, Piccini, and Alex Irlando rounds out the 10. See down in position number 13, Simone Cunati's had a great start. The Italian, as Bachuska does, can now go up the inside of the Lenzo kart. The Lithuanian in the Sodi kart now up into P3. Simone Cunati's actually made up 11 positions. Spent much of last year racing in the Italian F4 Championship. Great to see him here racing KZ2 this weekend. From grid number 24, he's up into 13th place. Behind Tom Louet, ahead of Nico Gonzalez and Enrico Prosperi. Martin van Leven, the Dutchman, he's had a shocking start. He's back in 17th spot. One ahead of Adrien Renaudin, who you saw got pushed wide on the opening corner. So they go through the chicane for the 5th time, 4 laps having been completed here at Le Mans. You get the feeling that the kart of Pellizzari is now starting to come on after a few laps. He's actually taken 1/10 of a second out of Vigano that time. But Rokas Bachuska's looking good in P3 in the Sodi kart. He's already put 3 kart lengths over Paolo Ippolito. Bachuska slides it wide in the slipstream now off Pellizzari. The field streamed down the straight here at Le Mans. Vigano, 0.6 of a second. It was out to 0.8 earlier on. Pellizzari, though, is he going to challenge Vigano, or will it be the driver right behind him from Lithuania, Rokas Bachuska? The best we've seen him perform in quite a while. Driving the Sodi kart, absolutely superb here at the moment. I grab another gear, 6th gear up the back straight. There is the Lithuanian, that's a passing opportunity, but he was too far back. They come across the line to complete lap number 6 here at legendary Le Mans. Cooler goes through in the KSM Schumacher Tony kart, the German. He's in P6, having got past the Dutchman, Max Tuban. The CRG was running 3rd earlier on, but Tuban's now back in 7th and under pressure from Alex Irlando, who's one of the most ruthlessly aggressive drivers in world karting when it comes to making a pass. The Sodi kart team pilot into 8th. There he is. There's Alex. Right ahead of Alessio Piccini, Francesco Iacovacci, as Bachuska goes down the inside. This time the Lithuanians into P2. Pellizzari loses 2 places in 1 corner. Ippolito puts the Lenzo kart back into P3. We take a look at the replay into the velodrome hairpin. Bachuska lined him up for 2 laps prior, and then at the right time, just went that bit later under brakes. The Soddy kart now up into second. Another Soddy kart going very, very wide. That was Paul Fontaine. He loses a couple of spots, including 1 position to his teammate. Alexi Orlando goes through in P7. The gap is 9/10 of a second between the race leader, Matteo Vigano, who goes through in the Tony Kart, to Rokas Bachuska. Paolo Ippolito rounds out the 3. Then it's Pellizzari. Kula from Frankfurt. He's in P5. Tuben, Orlando, Fontaine, Piccini, still Iacovacci. Holds down P10 ahead of Luis, Simone Cunati, Gonzalez, Francesco Celenta, and Enrico Prosperi rounds out the top 10. You saw Tuben in the CRG running very wide at the end of the back straight. They come onto the straight. Start-finish line. 147 kilometres an hour before braking down into turn number 2. The third gear, left-hander. Up the infield section, 116 k's an hour before turning right. They turn right again. Almost getting dizzy before going left. And through the chicane, Pellizzari under pressure from Leon Kula. Tuben goes through. Right behind him is Alexi Orlando, Piccini, Iacovacci. There's the Dutchman, Dylan Davies, head of Thomas Lande, Hubert Petit, Tornquist, Evray, Skadis, Sotiropoulos, the Greek driver. He's already made up 10 spots from the back of the grid. He's in P25. Bachuska lets the car drift onto the straight. The gap is 1 second. The field streamed down the straight. They start lap 10 of 22. Now we've got a battle for the second round of the European Championships here at legendary Le Mans. Pellizzari manages to hold off Kula for 1 more lap. Can the German get through on the Italian? There he is. Remember, he took pole position at Genk in Belgium, the opening round of the series. Took 3 out of 4 heat wins. Finished 4th and was disappointed with that. He's running 5th at the moment, trying to make the move on the pole set of the fastest qualifier. Pellizzari from Ferrara in northern Italy. Bachuska grabs another gear. He cannot shake Ippolito. Ippolito, will he make a move down into turn number 2? Up the inside, the Italian retakes second spot. The Lithuanian pushed back to 3rd. Brilliant racing here at Le Mans. They did not touch as they went under brakes into turn 2 from 147 kilometres an hour. Class racing here at Le Mans. We take a look at the replay. Ippolito, he thought about it. He pulled back in, and at the last moment, he did go through. The Lithuanian gave him room. They did not touch. As clean as you like. The Lenzo kart now back in 2nd spot. Can he have a go at Vigano? The gap is 1.2 seconds. The Soddy kart still runs in P3. Then it's Pellizzari, 1 step off the podium. Kohler, the German, in 5th, starting to lose pace a little bit with the CKR machine that's running 4th. Vigano, he's put another 0.3 of a second over the rest of the field. The gap is 1.5 seconds. Although, to be fair, that passing move would have cost him just a little bit of time on that previous lap. They go up through the chicane. Simone Cunati in the top kart. Ironic he's running for the team that Matteo Vigano raced for last year and actually won the last year of the last round of the European Championships at Genk in Belgium in 2016. Cunati now just outside the top 10, running in behind Paul Fontaine, Alessio Piccini, Tom Louet. After only qualifying 63rd in the rain on Friday night, has worked his way up through the heat, up through the field. The Frenchman is now running in P9. Vigano, the gap's come down a little bit. So Ippolito took 0.2 of a second out of his countryman. Bachuska in third. The Sodi Kart started out of grid number 5. This would possibly be the best result of his career, a podium at the European Championships for the Lithuanian. If he can hold on, certainly at this high a level of competition. Some 73 KZ2 drivers entered here this weekend. And Ippolito has dropped off a little bit, and he takes 1/10 of a second out of Vigano. So now the race, with 9 laps to go, the question is, will the Italians fight amongst themselves? Look at the gap already between Ippolito in the Lenzo kart and Bachuska in the Sodi kart. It can change with a click of a finger. One misgear, one corner brake too late, and he'll be right back on him. But certainly, he has just on sheer pace pulled away from the Lithuanian that time. The rest of the field spectacular through the chicane. Up the back straight they go. There's Vigano. Ippolito grabs 6th gear, brakes down into 3rd gear. The sweeper. They come onto the straight at more than 100 kilometres an hour. 5th gear, they grab 6th, right about there. 147 kilometres an hour down into turn number 2. The gap has come down 1 more 1/10 of a second. Paolo Ippolito in the Lenzo kart, driving for the team from Sicily. They won the World Cup at Genk in Belgium with Joey Hansen back in 2011. Can they win a round of the Euro Champs here this afternoon? Paolo Ippolito from Toscana in Italy. It's a big job to catch the factory Tony kart, driven by the championship leader from Milan in Italy, Matteo Vigano. Up the back straight. Grab another gear, very aggressive with the gear changes. Is Ippolito. He's looking at a podium. He's looking at a potential win here this afternoon. The gap was 1.1 seconds. It remains as such. Bachuska, Pellizzari, still Leon Kohler in P5, the KSM Schumacher Racing. The German in P5, Irlando is in 6th. Max Tuban, Jakovaci's moved up into 8th in the second of the Lenzo karts. Tom Luay in 9th, and Alessio Piccini, another driver from Toscana, ironically enough, rounds out the 10. Time is running out though for Ippolito. Pellizzari looks behind him. The German closes in under brakes. Leon Kohler. Tony Kart's running 1, 5 and 10 at the moment. In second, the Lenzo kart, powered by the LKE engine. Let's not forget that. There's not many of them out there, but wow, they are a quick power plant, proven by the fact they're running second here this afternoon. Vigano, just as the fastest second sector of the entire race. The gap is exactly 1 second between himself and his countryman, Paolo Ippolito. At the legendary Le Mans, the circuit which hosted the 2015 World Championships. Indeed, Le Mans has hosted the World Championships in total 4 times, 1978, 1983 and 1991, as well as 2 years ago. Hosted Le Coupe de France, the French Cup, just 3 weeks ago as well. One of the finest kart racing complexes, obviously one of the finest, most famous motorsport circuits on the planet. Host circuit for the 4th event of the European Championships here this afternoon. This is Le Mans in France. 5 laps now remain for the KZ2 final. The gap goes out slightly that time. Matteo Vigano on his way to winning 2 in a row. To be honest, he did not start the WSK Supermaster Series so well. He was back in 15th, 18th positions. Was not comfortable, was not happy. Opened the European Championships, round 1, win. Second round, 4 laps to go, and he leads by 1.1 seconds over this man, Paolo Ippolito. The Lenzo car, powered by the LKE. Still the Lithuanian Rokas Bachuska in P3 in the Sodi kart. 3 different manufacturers in the top 3, 3 different engines in the top 3. The Vortex, the LKE, the TM runs third. It was Alex Irlando closing in on the back of Leon Kohler. The 302 Sodi Kart. The Sodi Kart factory team, founded in the early 80s, situated not more than 100 kilometres from this circuit. The gap, still 1.1 seconds. Pachuska on the podium. Pellizzari, the fastest qualifier. He won a heat of the WSK Supermaster Series. He won the WSK Night Edition event at Adria Karting Raceway in 2016. He took pole on Friday evening, but currently he's not on the podium. The gap between himself and Pachuska, 0.2 of a second. Closes in under brakes that time. May have actually gone a little bit wide. Puts the power down, grabs another gear. 114 k's an hour right there before braking into the triple right-hander. 1.1 seconds still between Vigano and Ippolito. Just 2.5 laps remaining. He would almost put a lock on the European Championships if he can hold on here for another 2 laps. The driver from Milan in Italy, the 301 factory Tony Kart. I can't see Ippolito catching him, to be honest. He's doing everything he possibly can. The Italian's running 1 and 2, the Lithuanian in third. The gap stays exactly 1.1 seconds. Alex Irlando in the Sodi Kart on the back of the German Leon Kohler. The KSM Schumacher Racing Tony Kart runs in P5. Can Irlando get past him? Certainly very close to the back of the green machine. Alex Irlando, through the chicane they go. Third in the European Championships last year. The driver from Bari in southern Italy runs in P6 behind the driver from Frankfurt in Germany. Pellizzari, Kohler, spectacular under brakes. The thing was locked up like a WRC rally car as he slammed it down from 6 down into third gear through the left-hander. This is the final lap of the race. Vigano though, what's happened to Vigano? You're looking at Ippolito on screen. What's happened to Vigano? Off screen, something has happened to the race leader. We're looking on the timing screen. Ippolito has taken the lead. Vigano is out. Vigano is out. What has happened to the factory Tony Kart driver? It happened off screen. Vigano, after dominating, has retired on the final lap. Can you believe it? Ippolito's going to win. This is incredible here at Le Mans. Matteo Vigano is out. Paolo Ippolito can't believe it. The driver from Tuscany in Italy takes the win here at Le Mans in the Lenzo kart. A sensational finish. Vigano did not finish with a lap to go. It happened off screen. Ippolito has won. Pachuska is in second. The Lithuanian and Pellizzari has finished on the podium. It looked like it was going to be 2 from 2 for the Italian in the green machine. Something has happened to Matteo Vigano in the factory Tony Kart with 1.3 kilometers to go. He's out. Matteo Vigano did not finish. And Paolo Ippolito says, merci beaucoup, j'ai gagné. I have won in France. Paolo Ippolito for the team from Sicily. What a sensation. The gap was 1.1 seconds. It was as they came across the line to get the last lap board, Vigano retired. We're still trying to find out exactly what happened to the Milan driver. Ippolito doesn't care either way. Pachuska has come through into second place in the Sodi Kart, and Pellizzari has taken third for the CKR team. What a turn up here at Le Mans, just sensational. Commiserations immensely. He did everything right. Matteo Vigano, he dominated the final, but joins Gonzalez, Sotiropoulos, Max Paul, Lorenzo Giannone, Alex Dahlberg, and Nicolas Picot as the 7 retirements in this race. And he did deserve better. Look at that. Classified 28th and 1 lap down after dominating. Matteo Vigano does not win, and not only that, that will do huge damage to his championship after it looked like he was going to lock it up here this afternoon. There he is. Matteo Vigano, can you believe it, coming back on the recovery vehicle here at Le Mans, 1 lap from the checkered flag. He must be absolutely devastated. The podium in the background, he was looking to stand on top of it. Oh, commiserations to Matteo Vigano, absolutely distraught. Devastation for the green team. He deserved better than that. Certainly deserved better than coming back on the recovery vehicle here this afternoon. Paolo Ippolito, though, gives some credit to the winner. He has won at Le Mans here this afternoon. Vigano absolutely distraught, doesn't even lift the visor on his helmet. Does not want to let alone take his helmet off. Can you imagine the emotion for the driver from Milan? 1 lap from glory, does not finish. There's the podium. We will see a delighted driver from Tuscany on the top step in just a few moments. Commiserations immensely for Matteo Vigano on the back of the recovery vehicle. What can you say? He deserved better than that. We will see him back for the final round of the series, though, at Kristianstad in Sweden in 1 month's time, where he will fight for the title. It certainly put Ippolito right in contention for the 2017 championship. The Sicilian team, Lenzo Kart, congratulations also to Michele Lenzo. His boy Paolo, absolutely ecstatic as he crossed the line. Also Rokas Pachuska, 2nd place for the Lithuanian, a brilliant result for him, a podium in the European Championship. And congratulations also to Alessandro Pellizzari for the CKR team, fastest qualifier and 3rd here this afternoon. Stay with us live on CIKFIA.tv. We've still got two races to go this afternoon for the junior and the OK categories. In a few moments, the podium for KZ2 live from right here, Le Mans in France. Congratulations to Matteo Vigano, secure absolutely after dominating the final here this afternoon. One lap from glory, one lap from taking his second checkered flag in a row. Paolo Ippolito doesn't mind. He takes the win. A sensational victory for the Lenzo Kart team. The driver from Tuscany in Italy has won here this afternoon. He will be absolutely delighted when he joins us on the podium here at Le Mans in just a few moments' time. Congratulations also to the Lithuanian Rokas Bachuska and the fastest qualifier for the CKR team, Alessandro Pellizzari. The drivers make their way up to the podium here. The podium here this afternoon, the winner, Paolo Ippolito, Rokas Bachuska and Alessandro Pellizzari. We can see the smile from here. Paolo Ippolito absolutely delighted.
KZ2 drivers must immediately give back the transponder to a WSK station.
We can see his smile all the way to Tuscany in Italy. He will be absolutely delighted.
Transponder alla WSK. Les pilotes de la catégorie KZ2 doivent immédiatement ramener le transponder à la WSK.
So the drivers make their way up onto the podium. Once again, commiserations to Matteo Vigano. He will be back for the final round of the series at Kristianstad in Sweden. Here they come. The drivers to the top step, this very famous podium here at the most famous circuit in the world, Le Mans in France. The Bridgestone caps go on and we wait for the official confirmation. Three drivers up here on the podium, and I can see Paolo Ippolito's smile ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the fastest qualifier in third place here this afternoon. Let's hear it for Alessandro Pellizzari. Second place, the Lithuanian Rokas Bachuska. The smile from the winner is enormous. From Tuscany in Italy, il vincitore l'Avanquer, Paolo Ippolito. And representing the winning team, Lenzo Kart, Dario Gallipo. As we stand by for the national anthem of Italy. The podium here this afternoon, the second round of the KZ2 European Championships here at Le Mans in France. I'd like to call on Martin Reina, Vice President of the CNK Member Director Committee of the FFSA, to present the third place trophy to Alessandro Pellizzari. Monsieur Guy Rivière, President of Ligue Brittany Pays de la Loire, to present the second place trophy to Rokas Pachuska. And Monsieur François Baudin, President of ASK ACO Member Director Committee of the ACO, to present the winning trophy to Paolo Ippolito. And also presenting the winning team's trophy to Dario Gallipo of Lenzo Kart. Ladies and gentlemen, the podium here this afternoon, as the girls step in to present the flowers. And we stand by for the champagne. The girls also step in to make a special presentation, the Avio Milano timepieces and the Panther fuel vouchers to third place Alessandro, second place Rokas, and the winner Paolo Ippolito. As we step in for a quick word with all three drivers, first of all, bravissimo Alessandro, hai fatto pole position, un bel weekend veramente, terzo posto oggi, really a great weekend, fastest qualifier and third here this afternoon.
Sì, è stato tutto sommato un ottimo weekend, siamo partiti con la pole position e anche nelle manche siamo riusciti a ottenere 2 primi posti, un secondo e un settimo a causa di un po' le condizioni meteo, però mi sentivo bene per la finale, forse i primi giri mi mancava qualcosa, ma per il resto andava bene, andava tutto bene. E peccato non essere riusciti a portare a casa la vittoria, ma un terzo posto va bene lo stesso.
Bravissimo Alessandro. Second place, Rokas Pachuska from Lithuania, there all weekend, second place this afternoon. You must be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, really happy. In the final, we by step improve it. We make it what we do best. I want to say my thanks to my team, my family, my mechanic. Without them, we don't need to hear. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, second place, Rokas Pachuska. Incredibile, hai vinto Paolo Ippolito. Racconta la tua gara.
Niente, è andato tutto bene, abbiamo lavorato molto nel weekend di gara, e tutto è andato per il meglio, le manche sono andate bene, le qualifiche, tutto perfetto, non abbiamo sbagliato niente. E quindi ringrazio il mio team, il team manager, il boss Michele Lenzo che mi supporta sempre e niente, tutto è stato fantastico. Mi dispiace per Matteo Viganò che purtroppo ha rotto all'ultimo giro, però le gare sono queste, chi la dura la vince, quindi stavolta l'abbiamo vinta noi. Grazie.
Bravissimo Paolo Ippolito, the winner here this afternoon at Le Mans. Rokas Pachuska in second and Alessandro Pellizzari in third place. 2 more finals remain here this afternoon. Junior and the OK World Championship class right in a few moments here at Le Mans in France.